We're going to talk about the Caldwell hearing protection now. Do you remember all the stuff that we went through that we were talking about?
Oh, you talking? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I've got super hearing loss in my left ear.
Well, that's...
You got to talk to this one, bro.
Well, you're standing on the wrong side then, TJ.
Oh, well, okay, so I guess we are live.
I guess so.
I didn't hear him call action.
I guess so. I didn't hear it either.
You didn't? The problems of being a shooter.
That's right.
Well, hey, shitheads, TJ here. I'm in Columbia, Missouri, not Las Vegas. We're not at the SHOT Show. We're at the Shit Show because SHOT Show was canceled. And we're at American Outdoor Brands checking out Caldwell. A few minutes ago, we actually got to check out your new line of AR-500 steel targets, stands, and mounting accessories.
Yep.
And now we're talking about what I would traditionally think of as Caldwell, which is your hearing protection, which is very important, boys and girls, because if you don't want to be that guy that my wife has to say things to me 3 times, 4 times.
That's right.
Especially when she's talking to me in this ear. If you don't want to be that guy, you need to wear these every time you're shooting. I don't care if you're shooting 22s. I don't care if you're shooting suppressed. You know, if a gun goes off out of battery, it doesn't matter if there's a suppressor, right?
That's right.
It's going to be a 300 Win mag going off at your head.
No fun.
You're talking perforated eardrums. You're saying what for the rest of your life.
And if you're like TJ, I'm sure you're bringing a 50 BMG to the range every time.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, a 50 BMG shorty, right?
Handheld pistol.
So I actually have shooter's ear. So funny story. I went to the ear doctor. What do they call those? I don't know. Ear doctor. So I went to the ear doctor, and he does. They do the hearing tests, and he looks at my chart. You know, and my left ear is like shit. It looks like the voting for the election, right? It's just fucked up. Something isn't right about it. And he's like, you might have a tumor. I'm like, what?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I go through this whole like. He says, well, you know, I'm like, no, it's from shooting. He's, no, the way it looks on the graph, you might have a tumor on your eardrum, you know. And I'm like, well, how do we fix that? He said, brain surgery. I'm like, and so I'm like, well, what if I don't fix it? Because we're not doing that. And he goes, well, you'll eventually go blind, deaf, and then you die. And I'm like, oh. And so then I had to go get more tests, right?
Okay.
And so this is like getting an AIDS test back in the 80s, right? I'm sitting here worried about Itchy, the stripper from Miami, for like 3 or 4 days thinking I'm going to die. And then, of course, guess what? No tumor.
It's shooter's
the CT,
ear.
I've got shooter's ear. What's shooter's ear? Shooter's ear is when you lose a hearing if you're right-handed, you lose it in your left ear.
Oh, that's right.
If you're left-handed, you lose it in your right ear, because when you're shooting the gun, that ear is what is exposed to the muzzle. This ear is shadowed by the head, right?
That's right.
And so it's really weird, but that's science. If you wear these, you don't have that problem.
Yep.
So tell me about your line of Caldwell.
We've got a whole line. So let's start with the ones that we have over the years that you have there, TJ. So those are our... You got a little...
Attention, man.
Okay, you're doing your thing. So we have our Caldwell BT Pros. So these actually hook up Bluetooth to your phone, so you can actually be listening to music. If you're on, you're not hearing anything I'm saying? If you're listening to music, you're on your riding mower, you want to use those. Jam out to some tunes while you're going through at the range. So these will link up.
So I can listen to Rihanna on this while I'm shooting?
Absolutely. Or something a little bit more manly. It's up to you.
How to do that?
I don't know.
I'm Britney, bitch.
It's raining men, baby. So these are our BT Pros.
Yeah.
So Bluetooth model. These ones are our regular models where you can use these for hearing protection, like we were talking about, turn on the ambient gain and be able to still hear what's going on in the range, but have that hearing protection that we have for us. And then we also have youth models. They come in 3 different colors that you can choose from.
Sweet. I love the ability to play Bluetooth in your headphones. I mean, I used to do that. I shoot a lot of USPSA, and back when I was gayer at IDPA, things like that. And, you know, I really
behind cover.
I don't like people, so I would listen to the music on my phone, you know, like in between match stages. And
there you go.
People would talk to me, and I'd be just oblivious.
I don't know what you're talking about. So speaking of listening to music, we have our next 2 here. So we have our shadows and our power cords.
Okay.
So
these are the power cords.
That's right. So right over the back of your head there. And then you have different foam inserts that you can put into your ear depending on the size of your ear canal, make it work for you, right?
Yeah.
So that you get that hearing protection. These are the ones that really shine though. These are our shadows.
Okay.
So really cool little case, plugs in, micro USB, and you can get about 4 different charges out of this one case that you can hook up with.
The case actually charges
the ears.
The ear pro.
Yep, and then these pop out, put them in our ears. Again, different foamies depending on for your ears. And you can also use these for listening to music. You know, you don't want that hearing protection like we would get from the range. You can swap out the little foamies and you're gonna run them like headphones.
Right, and interesting, story about me with the foamies is one of my ear holes is a lot bigger than the other. So I always have to run like a small foamy on my left and a large foamy on my right.
We have 3 different sets in there, so you can, again, make it work for you.
So if you guys have that problem, you're not as weird as you think you are. There's other people out there that are just as weird.
It's like the people who have 2 different shoe sizes when they go to the shoe store.
Actually, I do.
Oh, no.
One foot is an 11, the other one's a 10.5. But I just wear 11s to keep it easy. Right?
You're the reason why they check your shoes at the store. They check to make sure that you didn't put 2 different sizes.
The left side of me is completely screwed. Okay, so let's say I want to have those in and just have the noise canceling feature, but I still want to talk to people and stuff like that. Is that a feature with that, or do I need to step up to the new ones that are coming down the road?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the pros coming up, but why don't we talk about how we're going to give some of these away to...
Oh, that's right. So Caldwell was generous enough to give Tactical Shit. We're getting 4 of the power cords.
4 of the power cords.
And 4 of the shadows, 4 sets of shadows.
Yep.
That's 8 for those of you who didn't do well in math. We're giving away 8 pairs of Caldwell Ear Pro. And all you got to do to qualify to be chosen as a winner by Fat Dark Earth or one of our other admins is simply share this video by reposting it or by putting it in your stories and tagging
Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
Caldwell Shooting Supplies, at Caldwell Shooting Supplies. I'm sure it's on the screen.
Yep.
You also have to tag Tactical Shit so we know you did it. And we will unfairly choose 8 of the best looking women. No, I'm kidding. We will randomly choose 8 winners and send you out, our choice of either the shadows or the power cords.
That's right.
So share, repost, hit that story, little arrow, do it now.
So
what do you got coming? You got some cool stuff coming.
We are actually going to show you things that nobody's seen before because it's you that came to visit us today. So we're going to start out with the pros. So we talked about the shadows. So these are our pro model. Okay. So now a couple of changes on here. If you saw how I opened that up, this tells you the actual charge of the case. So you're going to be able to see what the charge of the case. And then if you look inside here, TJ, each inside you have your meters so that you can
push
see.
Down on it and you can see.
You're going to see
4,
3 bars, 2 bars, depending on the ears. So you're going to be able to know right away what the charge is for your case. You're heading out to the range or wherever you're going. So that's one of the features of the Pro model. Also, you're going to have the ability to have push buttons on here. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. You'll see that each of the different ears have a push button control. So for up and down, enter button in the center there to change the different modes. And then again, TJ, you're going to have the different foam inserts for your ears. These come with a 4th set that are a custom mold foam so that when you push it in, it expands, like those great foamy inserts that we've all used before.
Yep.
And then one of the other features here is you're going to have selectable ambient gain. So depending on where you are, if you're inside of a range, if you're inside of a tunnel, wherever you are, you're going to be able to set that gain, so you're going to be able to choose how much of the ambient noise that you want to censor out and what you don't.
Very cool, which is going to come in really handy during those long range days. All right, so this will last me all day at the range, but what if I'm listening to Britney or Rihanna all day? I'm streaming music. Are these really going to last 8 hours?
Yeah, so you have a 6-hour window of runtime if you were streaming music the entire time you were on the range.
Okay.
But you know as well as I do, when we're on the range, we're getting different range commands, different things happen.
Pasting targets.
Right, they call a cold range. You wind up taking off your ears, throw them back in the case. You get 4 full charges out of that case. You're never going to go dead at the range, no matter
so you
how
can
much.
Just keep this case in your pocket or back at your range bag, and in between hot ranges.
That's right.
You can pop these things back in for a charge.
No matter how much Rihanna you're listening to, you're good to go.
Sweet. Well, that's pretty awesome. Now, these things also have another trick up their sleeve. We were talking off camera a little while ago that there's some comms of some sort built
Yeah.
in, right?
So you're going to be able to, so we're going to show you that unit. Well, let's go to it right now. Let's talk about the link. So this is called our Caldwell link.
Okay.
So with any of our Bluetooth products or any Bluetooth comms that are out there on the market, so this actually transmit a Bluetooth sync frequency as well as your RF frequency out of this. So
I was told it was UHF, I believe.
UHF, I'm sorry. So Bluetooth frequency with your UFH.
So what he's saying is that this broadcasts in Bluetooth as well as UHF. The UHF has a range of up to 1 mile.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
And the Bluetooth obviously is Bluetooth range. So you're talking about same room, same eye shot, not, maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet away, depending on where you're at. I mean, I can leave my phone in my bedroom and go to the total other end of the house listening to my headphones on Bluetooth. So that's probably about the same range that you're going to get out of that. But this cool little radio, actually, if synced properly with
any of the Bluetooth products, so the Shadows,
Shadow or the new Pros coming out, you could actually have somebody that talks to your head.
Correct.
Inside your head.
Your wife, anybody who wants to talk to you.
We would not do that. No, we would not give the HBIC one of these ever. But what I was thinking about doing was, our retail store in St. Louis has been busier than it's ever been.
Yep.
Right. It's like Black Friday every day.
Every day.
Every day. And and we also have security issues right now. Things are getting a bit sketchy out there, let's say. And so we could put these Shadow, which are available now. We could put the Shadows in all the retail guys' ears.
That's correct.
Like they're a bunch of Secret Service dudes.
Yep.
And the manager could have one of these in the back watching the security camera and say, hey, girl just came in. She looks like she's getting ready to steal something, blah, 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 blah. Girls do always do that.
That's right.
But, they can actually communicate while they're still talking to customers.
Correct. And they can talk back to your manager that would be behind the scenes wherever
so he can hear them too?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah, he would be able to.
So awesome.
Two-way communication.
So if you've got an airsoft squad or a real, shit hits the fan squad, this is affordable comms as long as you guys are operating within 1 mile of each other or in the same room in the case of the Bluetooth. So how much are one of these things? Is this about what, $500?
So we're gonna knock off a zero. Can we do one of those infomercial
Knock
things?
off a zero.
Knock off a zero.
$50?
$50. Yep. You're gonna
50?
get 50. You're not getting two. You're getting one for 50.
One for 50.
Yep.
Two for a hundo.
Two for a hundo.
Tree for 150.
Yeah, that's right.
I like it.
That's
so
right.
you know what? I'm gonna buy these for my entire family, my crew. This is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, so that's called the Caldwell link. So we got one more thing to show you, TJ.
Okay.
So these are our comms, the Caldwell comm unit, and this actually will work really well. You mentioned airsofters, right?
Yeah.
Or different people that are wearing the helmets.
Everybody's rocking helmets these days. At first it was EDC, and now everybody's rocking night vision and helmet.
Exactly.
Right?
So these are actually going to unlink here. You could be able to snap them right into your Pelotor helmet mount. And it also comes with quite a lot of inside of here. We talked about the mile range that we're going to get out of these guys, but it also comes with 2 different boom mics. So you have this
you got
one.
the Britney Spears mic.
That's right. That's right.
Or a shorter one that's a little bit more stealthy.
Yes. Depending on the situation that you're in, if you really need to have that boom mic right in front of your mouth. Yeah.
All right. So my helmet has a Unity mount.
Yep.
Right. Similar to that, that the other brand.
The brand that we just
the brand that you
bleeped
just
out.
mentioned, but we're gonna bleep that out, right? So that other brand is seemingly out of reach in price point.
Starts with a P, ends with an Elator.
God damn it. So and that brand is a bit Gucci and pricey, and some guys just can't afford it, or it's not in their budget, right?
Yeah.
So you are telling me that these new, Caldwell comms, what are these? What's the?
Those are called the comms.
The comms. They just simply pop
out.
off just like that, and this is going to mount
right into your helmet. Yep. And the piece that you pulled out right there actually has the LCD screen that's inside of there. So that's how you're going to be able to select what channel you want to talk to with your team.
Sweet. You have multiple channels too?
Multiple channels, yeah. And you have multiple options of how you want to queue up the mic. So you can do a voice queue up the mic, or you can press the button that's on your left-hand side there at the bottom.
Literally, it's voice activated. So if I talk, everybody on my crew hears me talking.
Either way you want to do it.
And they can be wearing They can be wearing a shadow set, they can be wearing a pro set, or they can be wearing this.
Correct.
And they're gonna hear me.
Yep, they have, so if I have my shadows and I have my link, and you have that, we can talk to each other.
So the link is the key
to
connect this to that.
This has these together inside of that unit.
Okay.
With something like this, you would need
Like
both
a
of these.
repeater, if you will.
Exactly.
Bluetooth repeater.
Bluetooth.
Very cool. What's this? I noticed there's a groove here up at the top with holes in it. Is that is that a thing? Is that innovation?
Everybody here at Caldwell, we all are shooters, so we use this gear. So a lot of the things that we had at the range, a lot of times you're wearing a baseball hat, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times they don't take that little nub that's at the top of the baseball hat so we cut a groove in there so that it wouldn't aggravate you while you're at the range.
Sweet.
Yep.
That is awesome. Well, man, that's really cool. So, how much are these?
What do you think? What you guessed? What did we guess? 500 on this?
I guessed 500 on that.
And then we knocked off a zero. Okay, so where are we going?
Oh man, I would assume these are going to be about $350.
So we're gonna cut that one down almost in half too. So $150.
$150.
$150. You can have yourself a set of comms.
For Ear Pro comms that have Bluetooth, so I can listen to Rihanna and Britney.
Yep.
I have comms to talk to
communicate with the team.
My team.
Yep. And you have your hearing protection so that we don't.
And I'm gonna look really cool in all my Instagram pictures.
There you go.
Because this is how you operate.
Well, you're gonna have it with your helmet mount, so it'll look even cooler.
Yeah, well, yeah. The helmet makes all the girls. It's like the milkshake. It makes them all come to the yard.
The night vision brings all the girls to the yard?
The night vision brings all the girls to the yard. You just can't see them until you put them on.
Okay. Oh, that's what we missed.
Funny story. I used to use night vision when I'd go to Daytona, Florida, just to check out the chicks on the beach at night. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know if you're allowed to tell us that, Teach.
Well, statute of limitations. So, Caldwell has all kinds of cool stuff happening, and the coolest part of what they've got happening is it's affordable.
Yeah.
And so I look forward to those coming out. We're going to outfit our entire retail staff with these things, and the link for sure. And I've been looking for something like that, an affordable set of comms that works up to a mile.
Yep.
That is going to get the job done if other things aren't working. And some people are thinking that the time might come when communications go down for some reason or another. So you're going to need some way to communicate with your bros.
What channel would you be on, TJ, if you were picking a number so that we all can be on the TJ channel?
I would say if we're picking a number, is this like a number between 1 and 10? Or?
A number between 1 and 99.
1 and 99, I'll be on channel 4.
Channel 4. TJ's on channel 4. If you get within a mile of TJ, he's probably on 4.
I'll be on 4. All right. More coming up. I think we're going to the range next. So we'll be shooting guns and playing with all this stuff.
Let's go do it.
I would imagine at the range, I'm going to be wearing Caldwell Ear Pro. I'm going to be shooting Caldwell steel targets, and I'm going to probably be shooting guns with optics from another company owned by this ginormous building we're in. And so I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for having me out here.
Absolutely.
Live from Columbia, Missouri. It's the Shit Show, not the Shot Show, 2021.